Hi everyone, and welcome to this short tutorial. In this one I just want to take you through some of the thought process and also digital tool that you can use to put those ideas into visualization. Okay, so here you can see a reference photo of some horses, and I am doing this as a single pencil project. So this is the original reference from When Photos, which is absolutely stunning. But like I say, I'm doing it on white paper and I'm stripping away everything, and I just want to do it with one tint or shade, one pencil basically. So I've been going to what I thought I might want to use, and what I also did was I managed to find this fantastic chart where someone's converted all of the polychromos pencils into their hex numbers. So we aren't going to get much into the science of hex codes, but basically they describe it as a hexadecimal way to represent a colour in RGB or red, green, blue format, but by combining three values. So these are 6-digit codes basically, and every colour has this as their own unique 6-digit code, and it measures the amount of red, green and blue in a particular colour. It's a standard format that's used everywhere, but we're not going to worry about the science. You can go and Google hex codes, hex color codes, just HEX, hexadecimal, and find out more if you want to. But anyway, I found this chart, which is brilliant, by Jenny's Crayon Collection, and it breaks down our polychromos. I haven't looked, she might have other brands in there as well, which is great. And I'm going to show you just how to take that colour code, and then I'm going to lay it as a single pencil tint over my reference drawing, my reference photo, sorry, of the horses. Okay, so here is an example of me having had a play with these codes in Be Funky, and I've just literally added them as a tint. So top left we've got the original reference photo. On the right I've tried dark sepia, and then I've dropped in the middle left burnt umber. On the right is caput mortem, bottom left is dark indigo, and bottom right, I think it was raw umber. But you can see just the different effects that it gives. And originally I wanted to go for something like a raw umber, but if I go for something too light, I'm going to bring in a second pencil. I have to bring in a second pencil to darken up that image. And this is a single pencil project, so I need one pencil to do it all for me. Now, I love the dark indigo as well. So again, that was a lovely option. And this is all about finding the one that works for you. And originally I thought top right was the one I was going to go for, which is my dark sepia. But then when I started playing, I do like the others. So have a look at this, have a play, and then your single pencil will be the one that, you pick out from the hex chart, you try on this image, and you like the best. Okay, so you want to open up Be Funky, and you can just select where your image is stored. Mine is stored locally on my computer, so I've just opened it on the computer and loaded it straight into the program. And then you want to come over here to the left hand side to the Edit tab. Click on the Edit and it will bring you up loads of different options. So the one that we want for this is Tint. So come all the way down to where it says Miscellaneous, and then we're going to click on Tint. Okay, so here we've got color values, and this is where we are going to be entering our hex code. So you can see it's just turned my reference photo, see it's gone from color, and it's stripped out all the color now. So it's just shades, it's just amount of black and an amount of white in there basically. There's no color whatsoever. This here is where we've got our color hex code entry box. So at the moment it's just saying F, which is the white, as in no colour. If I come down to black, it's 000000. Okay, so let's bring it all the way back up again. You'll see down here as well, it holds some of your preset ones. These are some of the ones I've already played with. So this, for example, here is Payne's Grey. This is dark indigo, this is the raw umber, this is caput mortem, and that's burnt umber, I believe. So you can see where I've already had a play. Those images that I showed you before, these are where it's held those hex codes for me, just in case I want to try and use them again. So what we'll do now is we'll go over to our hex chart that I showed you, and we were going to pick out a few codes, and then we're going to enter them in here, and you'll see the effect that it immediately has on our reference photo. Okay, so the ones that I was showing you are all here. So the one that I've selected to use is this Payne's Grey. So this is the 6-digit code here that we're looking for. So this one is 484. And she has, I think, got all of these on like a Word document or something that you can download. I need to double check. But we can't copy and paste from this image, so I've just written that down. So that's my Payne's Grey. What else shall we try whilst we're here? Let's go for... We'll do the dark sepia. So that one's dark sepia is 474948. Because I've got something interesting to show you with that one. Let's go with the purple, shall we? Let's go with the bluey purple. So let's go with the Delft blue. 484 F9F. And then, just for fun, we'll do the Indian red. So that's 914748. So there's a couple there that I haven't tried before. Okay, so back over now to our Be Funky, and we'll try laying these hex colour tints over the top. Okay, so back over here, we're in tints. We've hit colour value 1, and we're going to come in here, and let's put in, first of all, our Payne's Grey. So this is 484 E55, and then just hit return. You'll see it's coming up on the blue spectrum, and I always say to you that Payne's Grey is one of those dark grey blues, so you can see that it's not quite as dark, it's not quite the same as the dark indigo, but it's very close, and it's also very close to a cool grey 5 or 6 as well. So that's where it sits on the colour spectrum and the shade of it as well. So that is the one I've actually chosen to go for, but let's just try a couple of those others. This one is really interesting. So this is the dark sepia, and I always look at this as being a dirty brownish grey, but you look at where it comes up on the colour spectrum. Now, I know I get a bit nerdy over things like this, and if you want to learn more about hex codes, go off and be like me, and obviously just Google it. There. Can you see? It's on the green spectrum. Who knew? Well, we do now. Obviously, it's right up here where there's literally hardly any colour whatsoever in there. Just a little tiny hint of the green in the dark sepia. It's quite interesting just to see what that one is made up of. So, next we had F9F. I think this was the Delft blue. So that's the 484 F9F. So that's the Delft blue. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So go with the one that talks to you the most. If you're going to use something lighter, though, if you are going to use something that's a bit lighter, you're going to need to combine. So this, I believe, was that red, wasn't Indian red. So if you use Indian red, you're going to bring in a second pencil as well. Maybe a dark sepia, just to take your darks a little bit darker, because you'll get the saturation with the red, but it won't go any darker than this colour of the pencil. You can build it up with layers, build the saturation up, you will get a certain amount of depth there, but if you want to go for a little bit more, maybe just in the eyes, nostrils, somewhere in amongst this mane as well, depends what paper you're using as well, but I would combine a second pencil there in between your layers of the red, just to take it nice and dark. Okay, so I'll just lay over, there's the dark indigo, that was the raw umber, which I think is beautiful, and again, there I would use the dark sepia mixed with the raw umber to make it a 2 pencil project, just to really lift that up. And there's the caput mortem again. Caput mortem violet, I think that one, which again I was almost close to doing. But I am going to go for the Payne's Grey. Okay, so I hope that's helped. Like I say, if you want to learn more about hex codes, hex colours, colour picking, I think it's brilliant. And you can now use this as another tool and then link it up to whichever brand of pencils. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. And if you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do so in the bottom corner. And I will be back with you all again very soon.